feel massively on edge and I don't know why. Don't know if you're hearing that. That's grim. That was the light. Something moved. I don't know what that was. Hello spooky there. How are you? Welcome back to the channel. If this is the first time you're seeing this face,
subscribe for all the spooky shit.
So my light's broke. It's broke. Oh, no, it's broke. Okay, so tonight I am investigating on my own in my parents' house. This is where it all started for me. This is where I started to believe in the paranormal. I saw a level 35 in my mum and dad's back garden, which is literally to my right here. I saw my granddad. I can't remember, but my mum and my nana told me. The story of my real ghost story is towards the beginning of the very first videos that I ever posted on this channel. So if you want to hear about that, then obviously go check that out. Don't know what that was. And also, obviously, I saw the boy, which would have been a level 34. If you don't know what these levels are, you clearly haven't been here for very long. So level 35 is a full-blown apparition, but they have to wink or wave or something interact with you. Level 34, full apparition, no interaction. The little boy that I saw would have been a level 34 on my mum and dad's landing. Now that I can remember, and I remember it like it was yesterday. And because of the little boy that still seems to be in my life even today, because of him, I am really into this and really wanting to find out more, and this is why I do what I do, and I put the videos on YouTube. Well, I video it in case I get anything evidence-wise, because there's proof, and I put it on YouTube so that if people want to join me, they can. So yeah, this is where it all started. My mum and dad are currently on holiday. They don't know I'm here, but they won't care. My mum had an experience last week in the house. She went to the toilet during the night, went to get a drink or something. She didn't go straight to bed. I'm sure she went to get a drink, but she went to the toilet anyway, and she did something after that. Let's say she went to get a drink, but then she went back in her bedroom and there were like balls of light in the bedroom, and she was obviously wide awake. She'd been to the toilet and done something else, got a drink or whatever. She was wide awake. So what were these lights? Really creeped her out, and they just sort of dispersed and disappeared in front of her eyes. And as you'll see in this video, because I am quite ahead with videos, so we are currently literally on the 2nd of July. Yes, the 2nd of July. So last Thursday, my dad rang. So it would have been the 27th of June. My dad rang me, he had a chat with me, and he said that they would be round later on that night because they were going on the Friday morning on the 28th on holiday. He spoke to me about whatever he needed to speak to me about. We said goodbye. I said obviously see you tonight when you come round to say goodbye to us all. And 5-10 minutes after we said goodbye on the phone, Dad rang me again. I answered the phone and there was just nothing. It was just nothing, and I thought, oh, has he dialed it again in his pocket, you know, that sort of thing, or just in case something was wrong. I went to hang up, but the phone hung up. So I rang back, and it took a while, but my mum answered. And I said, oh, did Dad forget to tell me something, or was it you trying to ring me back? And she said, what are you talking about? I said, oh, did he press a call? Did he put it in his pocket, not lock his phone properly? And it's called me. She said his phone's been on the kitchen side. So, and at the point when obviously I rang and Mum answered, it was because he'd gone to the toilet, but his phone was in here, in the kitchen, on the side. I don't know whether phones can randomly ring like that. I know if you have it in your pocket or your handbag or anything like that, yes, there is a chance you could call somebody. It happens. But his phone was on the kitchen side, and not only did it ring, I answered, I couldn't hear anything, but then it hung up on me as well. So it was sort of last minute to come here. Matt goes to bed at 10 on a weekday because he's up at 4:30 in the morning. So I decided, right, I'm going to come round here. Was this a phone call to come round and do this? I don't know. Can phones do this? I don't know. I'm kind of hoping that someone could tell me in the comments whether phones can randomly ring without it being in a pocket. Can it malfunction like that? I've never heard of it before. It's never happened to me or happened to anyone I know of because I have been asking round. It's really confused me. So yeah, I'm going to get set up. I'm excited about this. Fingers crossed. I did do a investigation here a while ago, but nothing happened. Nothing happened. But I did come here about the boy. I have seen recently a picture of this street, and it does have my parents' house in the picture, and it was around the 1900s. I don't know if the photo is from early 1900s. I'm not quite sure when cameras first came out, but this house dates back to before the 1920s, so it is a very old house as well, which is really weird because this has just come to me. So the Victorian era, and I found a little doll in my mum and dad's back garden, and we don't know if the little boy is connected to me or connected to the doll that's been with me in every house that I've ever lived in. Do you know what I mean? So all this time I was thinking that this boy was attached to me, and we thought he was my twin, because I was meant to be a twin. But it makes much more sense him being attached to the doll, because when I saw him, he was dressed in a different era. So, and I've just thought, it's giving me goosebumps actually. Yeah, this house is before the 1920s, and I didn't know that until I saw this photo of this street, and my mum and dad's house was on the street. That's really freaked me out. I'm not gonna lie, but in a good way. I'm actually quite excited. So yeah, I don't know what I'm going to ask, but I'm going to try not to maybe talk to the boy, because he might come forward if I don't talk to him. Don't ask. He can be a bit of a weirdo, like the person he seems to follow. So yeah, I'm going to get set up. We'll probably start in the living room. I'll have 2 cameras going. Let's do this. Okay, I've got the light to work. I've got some cameras set up. Let's do this. The light's flickering a bit. We're going to have to deal with it. It's better than not seeing me because it's too dark. So what I've done is I've got a couple of their balls with bells in. I've got a couple on the floor, and I have got a couple on the sofa. Maybe I ought to turn you round a bit so that I'm covering the ones on the sofa, just so you know it's not me. For anyone new that's watching and doesn't trust me. So I best move my ass as well. There we go. Okay. Are we ready? We're ready. So I've got 2 of those little balls on the carpet. I have also got 2 on the sofa. There's a motion sensor down there facing that door, and we also have the alarm box REM pod thing on the coffee table. I did bring EVP machine in here, so we'll give that a go too. But we're going to start just by calling out. Okay. Do I have anybody here with me? If I do, hello, my name is Susie. And if you're wondering who I am, my name's Susie. We've just covered that, haven't we? If you're wondering what I'm doing here, I'm a paranormal investigator, and I'm here to prove to myself that there is life after death, and to the beautiful viewers that are watching this investigation, that you're real. I had an experience in this house. In fact, it's an experience that on any investigation I've ever done anywhere, what happened in this house is the most activity I've ever had. So to me, it makes sense to come back here and give it a go. If you're here with me, could you knock on something nice and loud for me? I will ask you to do some things because unfortunately I can't see you. So this is a way that you can let me know you're here. Could you make a nice loud noise for me? There's nothing to be afraid of. You should know me. I grew up in this house. And I come here often. You know my mum and dad, Alison and Andy. Okay, if you can hear rustling, it is a rabbit. Okay, there was an indoor rabbit in his cage thing. I'll let you know if I don't think it's him. Okay, so I just got up to move the other camera over there, and I thought I heard a man hum as I come to sit back down. Okay, I thought I saw a ball of light just at the living room door there, but I've just kept watching because it was a car headlight that went past. Oh my days, I just thought I was seeing what my mum saw then. Oh. Okay, right, if you don't want to make a noise, that's absolutely fine. I'm feeling a little bit on edge, and I don't mean to. You don't scare me. I'm just seeing things. So if you don't want to make a noise or you can't make a noise, that's fine. Did you hum? Now, I'm not sure if it's traffic outside or whether it was you. Could you do it again if it was you, please? Okay, it could have been traffic. I've been sat here for a while and I keep hearing the traffic and it sounds like humming, so it could have just been that. And because I wasn't paying full attention because I was sitting back down. But those headlights keep catching my eye because you've got the living room door and then the front door's just there and it's all glass. Okay. I've got a little bit, just a few bits laid out in the living room. There are 4 of these bowls, look. They've got little bells in them. Now, if you come and sat with me on this sofa, you'd probably knock one of those, so I'll know you're there. There is also 2 of those bowls right in front of me on the carpet. Again, if you can touch them and move them, I would be really, really impressed with that. There's also a little box on the table there. It's purple and black with a little stick coming out of it. If you touch it, it will make a noise and it might make me jump. So feel free to have a laugh if you want to do that. Or there is a little light in front of the door over there. If you walk in front of it, it'll light up. It's motion censored. Can you do any of that for me, please? Nothing will hurt you. And I'm not here to hurt you. I'm just here to talk to you. Jesus Christ, Grim. Grimacy! He's thirsty. I'll wait. It's weird, I feel a bit on edge. I don't know if it's because the rabbits just made me jump. I don't know. I really don't know. Do you know, last time I did an investigation here, I didn't even have a rabbit here with me. And I was fine, but I actually feel really on edge. Are you affecting me? Are you making me... Do you not want me to be here? And you're making me, you know, trying to edge me out? Is that why are you making me feel like this? Do you not want me here? If you don't want me here, I mean, I'll respect that. But you need to give me a sign. Can you give me a sign to tell me that you don't want me here? I honestly don't mind if you want me to go. I'm not going to be cross or angry. If you want me to go, I'll go. But you do need to give me a sign. Touch any of the equipment. If you can speak, great. Make a noise, anything, and I'll go. Okay, I'm going to ask some questions, and if you want to answer them, I'd be really, really appreciative if you did. If not, then obviously don't answer them. I can't make you do anything, I'm just trying here, trying my best. Did you live in this house? If you lived in this house, can you touch any of the equipment or make a noise for me? I heard a knock, it wasn't Grim. Okay, if that was you, because I'm not quite sure, I'm going to ask that again, so if you could be a bit louder if this was you. Did you live in this house? Knock for yes if that was you. That's Grim. Don't know if you're hearing that. That's Grim. That was the light. No. 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 The lights are on a timer. They're on a timer. They're on holiday. The lights are on a timer. The one in the kitchen, I've put that on. No, it's okay. One went off earlier, and it was a little while ago now. And I forgot that one went off. It's on a timer, so you chill. Come on, chill. Okay. Anyway, I don't know if you heard that, but I heard footsteps above, and then another knock. But it was quite faint. I don't know if either mics picked that up. I won't know till editing. Did you live in this house long? Could you knock for yes? I've just realised those two balls are not on camera. So I'm just going to put them in front of that camera along this stretch. Because knowing my luck, one of them will move and then someone will be like, "It was you." Come on, please, come forward for me. I've tried this once before here and it didn't work. But last time I was here, I was trying to talk to the boy. What are you doing? Can you touch one of these? Can you do that? I mean, if you could pick it up, that would be absolutely insane, but I'm not wanting much. Just jingle it a bit for me. I'd really appreciate it. I'd really appreciate it. There was a tap then in there. I can hear Grim munching behind me, but the tap was over that way. Did you knock on that wall? Could you do it again? Did you knock on that wall? Could you do it again? I feel massively on edge and I don't know why. Like, I keep getting literal shivers up my spine and I really don't know why. I've done this before. I have been in this house so many times as well, on my own, at night, before. Why am I nervous? Why? Well, it's not, I don't feel nervous. I just keep getting this shiver up my spine. Are you affecting me? I don't mind. If this is you letting me know you're here, then that's great. I'm going to try something, okay? It stops recording after half an hour. I was just having a look. We're on 20 minutes. We're all right. I'm going to turn this device on, right? And what I want you to do, if you wouldn't mind, I'm going to ask some questions. You can come talk in it, to me. You don't have to answer the questions exactly, but you can say whatever you want in it. Anything. I'd be very, very grateful. So I'm going to press record in a second, put this down. I'll pop it here in front of this camera. So I'm going to ask some questions. Please come talk into it for me. Right, I'll sit back down. Okay. Did you live in this house? Is this the boy here with me? How old are you? Is there anything you'd like to tell me? Because you can right now. Thank you. Thought I heard a whisper towards the end of that. Let's listen to it back, guys. Nothing. Okay. I'm going to try this again, if you don't mind. So I'm going to put this back down. Just checking the time on that, we're all right. We're going to try this again. Please, 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 please. Come talk to me. I'd really, really appreciate it. Still getting used to this bloody thing. It's good though. Right, I'll put this down. Right, I'm going to move back so it don't catch me breathing. Could you please let me know how old you are? Was somebody knocking and walking around upstairs? If you'd like me to leave, just say leave. Are you male or female? Right, I'm coming to get it. That came from the kitchen. Maybe we should move into the kitchen, but half the time when you move to where the noise is, it stops. But, let me turn that off for now. But, I've heard a knock on that wall coming from the other side, which is the utility near the kitchen. We've had a knock in the kitchen. We've had a couple of knocks. My head's a mess. We've had a couple of knocks and they've all come from the dining room behind me and the kitchen. I know when it's grim. It's weird because I don't know if you're picking it up how I am, like, because mics are different to your actual ears, if that makes sense. So I'm trying to help you with the noises and where they are the best I can. I know when it's grim and the ones that I've pointed out aren't grim. We'll try our chances and we'll move into the kitchen and garden room area. Come on, Suze, you've got this. Right, guys, so we're sat in the garden room and I've got my other camera / phone in the utility. Obviously, that's the kitchen. Do I turn the light out? Come on, Suze, let's turn the light out. Just for the ambience. That's not creepy or anything. Right, we're in the dark, kind of. Okay, so I've moved into here because I'm hearing noises through this area. So the knock that I heard that came through the wall, guys, you see, obviously there where my phone is, you can see the light there on the screen. Yeah, it was that wall. It was that wall in there into the living room. That's where I heard, but it came from this side. and I've heard a knock in the kitchen. So, is anybody in this area with me? If you are, can you knock and let me know? Please? I just want to know your story. I mean, this house is so old on its own. And I'm starting to believe after today that if the boy's here, I'd like you to come forward, please, because I'm piecing together things. You lived here, didn't you? And that was your doll in the garden. Okay, that's the rabbit. Graham. But that knock was there. Okay, that's the rabbit. Graham. But that knock was there. Oh, well, if we're having a drink break, dude, I'll join you. Did you make a knock not long ago? Are you the boy? If you are, sorry, could you knock again to confirm? Please don't be shy around me. You know who I am. Can I try this little device? Will you come talk to me? I just feel like putting this out, guys, again. Okay. Have we got the little boy here? If so, could you let me know your name? Could you let me know how old you are? If you're not the boy, can you let me know who you are? And could you let me know what year it is? Thank you. Thank you. I don't know what that was. Like a woo. Let's play this back. This might have caught it. And then play.
Okay.
Jeez.
Have we got the little boy here? If so, could you let me know your name? Could you let me know how old you are? If you're not the boy, can you let me know who you are? And could you let me know what year it is? Thank you.
But those 2 knocks were literally in the corner. All there is in that corner, let me show you. Am I even showing you? No, I'm not. Is that's it. That's all that's in that corner. I don't know what that was. Okay. I'm just going to move back a bit, guys. You don't like that little machine, that's absolutely fine. There is a ball that has a bell in it on the worktop. If you can see it, it's orange one side and I think yellow the other. Could you roll it off and make it hit the floor? Try, use my energy if you need to, but I'd really appreciate it if you really push that ball off. I'd know that it's you. I've been hearing knocks and bangs, and if it's been you, honestly, it's wonderful and I can't thank you enough. But to know that I am talking to you, I need confirmation. So I try my best not to sound demanding, but for confirmation, I need you to do what I ask you to do, because again, I can't see you. Could you do something distinct? Could you move something, knock something over? Could you play with the equipment that I've put out? Anything. Go talk down one of the microphones on the cameras. This is one camera, there's a microphone here, and that over there that's lit up on that, it's a screen. If you go talk into that as well, you can. Or if you could make it another knock. Now I know if it has been you doing it, I know you can do it. Could you knock for me nice and clear? Something moved. Okay, that was on the roof. Ignore them little creep. Ignore them, they're on the roof. But something moved down there. Around, where are we? There, where that cabinet is, it was sort of around there. Something moved. Did you move something over there? If you did, surely you'll be able to move these bowls. Could you move one of those bowls? It's weird that something moved and then there was the 2 cracks on the ceiling. When I've been here, I have a cuppa in here with my mum and my dad. And we often hear that cracking on the ceiling, because the ceiling, this is a garden room, there isn't an upstairs to it. But that movement was in here and it was in that area. But then that happened straight after. That's weird. I'm not saying that it's paranormal, but I'm just going with it, guys, because if it is, I respect it. And I'm very grateful for it. But yeah, if you did move something over there, because that was movement of some sort, and if you did, then great, thank you. But could you move one of them bowls that's got the bells in? They'll jingle and let me know you're here. And I'd also poo my pants a bit. You could have a laugh. Do you know what? I'm asking for these things to happen, guys, and I don't know what I'd do if it did while I'm here on my own. I actually don't. anything that you've given me tonight. Why do people think that sounds nice? It sounds bloody awful. It sounds awful. It's horrible. I mean, that's a motorbike, I think, actually. It's not a car. They're alright. You know the cars with the big exhaust? Well, we're getting off topic now, look, guys. Shush. Anything you've given me, honestly, I'm so grateful. If any of this has been you, honestly, thank you so much. But I would really, really like confirmation that this is you. Could you please move one of them balls with those bells in? If one of those balls moves, I know it's you because they shouldn't make a noise without you moving them. They're just literally a ball with a bell in it. That was on the ceiling. That's okay. I would know this is you if you moved one of them balls. Come on, please, please, please move one of them balls. Please. I mean, there's a little box on the worktop. If you touch the stick on the box, that'll make a noise. But even if you touch that, I'd still want you to touch them balls because those bells shouldn't ring unless you touch them. I need to know that you're here and that you're real. Please. I think what I'm going to do soon, guys, is because ideally the landing is where I saw the boy. So ideally it would be good to go up there. I don't want to sit up there. And I need to be brave. So we're going to meet halfway. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you guys up there. And I'm just going to do a lock off up there. Because last time, I mean, I've been up there a few times and had nothing. So I'm going to do things a bit different because I don't think I left my camera upstairs on its own. I'm sure I didn't, but I feel that that's what I'm going to do. I feel that whether it's the boy or whether it's somebody else, I don't feel they massively want to talk to me. I've had some noises, whether it's paranormal, I don't know, but I have had some noises, and if it has been, obviously, the people here, then I'm very grateful. But I just feel that they don't massively want to talk to me, so when I feel I'm ready to move on, I will leave you upstairs and we'll do a bit of a lock off. That was on the ceiling. I don't think they like me very much. Or they're just shy. Maybe they just don't want to talk. I'm not offended, it's fine. Did you live a long, happy life in this house? There was a tap in there. Okay, what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to do upstairs. We're going to go put you upstairs. And then I'm going to come back down here and sit out of the way. I might even go in the back garden and have a vape and just leave you for a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move upstairs, right? And I'd really appreciate it if you did something for me when I've gone. Anything to show me that you're here. And I can look back on these cameras. These are cameras, and I'm able to look back and see what you've done. So you'll be able to surprise me. Just in case you don't know what cameras are, I wanted to explain. Because I've just got a feeling that you don't know what it is. So yeah, I'd really appreciate you please, please, please just doing this for me. This one thing. I'm going to move these cameras upstairs, and I want you to do something. when I've left the building, when I've left the house. Please. Right guys, I'm sticking you here. This was my room. And when I saw the boy, he was here. Right, I'm going down. I need to get the other camera yet. Bear with me. Oh God, I can't see a bloody thing. Oh God. I'm bloody shitting myself, guys. Right. I'm gonna have to put a light on. Nope. That's enough to stay on. Enjoy. Enjoy. I'm going out for a vape. Hello. Anything? I won't know till I edit in. Right, I'm going to end this. It's been interesting. Let me know what you think in the comments. I feel that something happened here tonight. I feel that I wasn't on my own. Not like the last time I came. So did that call from my dad's phone? Was something calling me to come back here? Or was it some sort of malfunction? I don't know. I've never heard of it before. But again, let me know in the comments if you know anything about phones in that way. But yeah, I'm going to end it here, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for holding my hand. I've been a bit on edge tonight, if you didn't notice. But I will speak to you all in my next video. But until then, sleep tight.